I think you're in great shape for a man your age, Mr. Brown.
Ah, thank you, Paddington. Hang on, how old do you think I am?
Oh, about 80?
So this message of love your neighbor, it's a beautiful message. Why did you guys want to put that theme into this movie?
Well, I think Paddington is an amazing character. He's been terrifically well brought up by his Aunt Lucy in Peru, and she has these very simple, beautiful ideas of how we should live our lives, and she would never judge a book by a cover. She would love everyone, and Paddington is the embodiment of that spirit of community and loving your neighbour and being kind and always looking for the best in people. And we really wanted to celebrate that. What's so special about the character, he's not a kind of flawed action hero. He's a very good-natured little bear. And we really wanted to celebrate those values and to test them by seeing how that works in the bigger world. And we were really inspired by Frank Capra's 1930s films like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, It's a Wonderful Life, and those films where you really test those sort of small town, homely values that it's so easy to sneer at and be cynical about, and we wanted to celebrate them.
I love those values, and I have a new baby, and so you're thinking about these characters that they're gonna see, and you want them to replicate what they see. And Paddington's a perfect character for children because he's polite and he has manners. Talk about kind of those things that you love about Paddington that made you come to this movie.
Well, yeah, as you say, he's he doesn't look at people and judge them. He looks for the good in them, and that was why one of the reasons we sent him to prison. It's a very cruel thing to do as writers. We went, as Paul said, when we're testing those values, what's the worst thing we can do to him? We went, we sent him to prison, where the common view of the prisoners is they deserve to be there, they've broken the law, and they've got no good in them. And Paddington goes, hey, look, they're all...
He just assumes that there's
he assumes
there's
good in them, and he finds them in the hardest prisoner there, in Knuckles, McGinty, and I just think that's, yes, as Paul said, we wanted to celebrate that.
And also that he approaches, Paddington approaches everything with a really open heart and the best of intentions, but things go terribly wrong, like they always do. And I think that's something that kids especially can relate to. They don't generally set out to do evil. I mean, maybe your baby is from The Omen, but I assume your baby is a lovely, well-intentioned baby. And but there will undoubtedly be accidents. Things are going to get knocked over, things are going to get broken, and I think that's what Paddington is. He's a little bear in a big world doing his best, like we all are. And I don't think those things disappear as you grow up. Certainly for me, coming to Los Angeles, it's so exciting, and being in Hollywood, and you go, I don't want to mess up, I want it to go, and I feel like Paddington arriving in London for the first time.
We all feel like a fish out of water 99% of the time.
Yeah. Do either of you have an Aunt Lucy in your life? Someone that you kind of was a mentor or you loved or looked up to?
I had my Auntie Betty, my mum's sister, who didn't have any kids, so I was sort of a surrogate, son, I suppose, to her. She would always have about 100 jokes to tell me. I don't know anyone who had as many jokes, even professional comedians. Anyway, she had a parrot that would talk, as parrots do, and like in the film with that lady at the newspaper kiosk. But the parrot, my Auntie Betty's parrot, would only say, "Give me a gin and tonic." She said that was what she would say.
And that's what you learned.
And that's what I learned from
beginnings of alcohol.
Those are the values.
She taught Paddington all these wonderful values, and I got taught how to
boozy jokes.
Be an alcoholic.
Brown P, laundry duty.
It's only one red sock. What's the worst that can happen? Afternoon, chaps.